Hello and welcome to another medieval makeover video. Today we're visiting the 2nd gen Boyd family, so the children of Katrina and Henry Boyd who didn't make it, mostly in the first 2 decades of this challenge in the late 1300s and then all through the 1310s. And there's actually not a lot of sims because the Boyds were quite lucky with their roles for their babies, so it's only 3 sims we actually properly have casts for. I can't complain. They were kind of the easiest family to sort of do a cast for and to honestly play, but there was always so many kids that household was a little stressful to play with just so many sims. But we are going to jump on into it and get into our little apartment buildings over here in San Myshuno, where I've placed these sims in the save file. So here are the 3 Boyds, and we are starting off with Maeve Boyd. She is the oldest out of this bunch, but she's actually the 5th child to Henry and Katrina, their 4th daughter, and the first to die as a baby, hence why she's the oldest of this group. She was born in 1311, but she was actually stillborn, so that's how she passed, and that was also obviously the year she passed away. We never got to know what she would have done, what she would have looked like, so here she is. She's a brunette. She kind of very much reminds me of I don't know what I was going to say, because honestly, she kind of does look like a really great mix between the two. She does remind me of one of the Sims in game, but I can't really pinpoint it. Honestly, maybe one of her siblings. She's an adult here, I think, in this timeline, and yeah, she's quite cute. I'm going through some of the skin, what do they call them? Skin details, because I did want it to look a little bit older. Her current traits are lazy, loyal, and nosy, and she does have the discerning neighbor, I think, aspiration. So I was trying to really lean into that vibe. I think I went through clothes a bajillion times. I was so unsure of what I wanted to put her in. It's not like I've got any new clothes, like new medieval CC, so I'm not sure why I never know what to put them in. I kept visiting that apron from, I think it's like a Skyrim transfer, like file, like it's from the Skyrim game. I really wanted her to wear that. It just wouldn't work. I also wanted her to wear belts, but apparently that wouldn't work. Apart from this one, watching this recording back seemed very indecisive. I don't know why I'm looking at capes in the everyday section. No clue where my brain was whilst I was doing this. But yes, I was trying to lean into her kind of being just like, you know, not like your average peasant, but just like a very helpful sim. Despite being lazy, she is loyal to those that she trusts and loves the most, those that she's the closest to, but she's also nosy, which sometimes, you know, I take to be a bit of a gossip. Can you blame them? I'm sure that's what they were doing during that period of time. I went kind of basic with the rest of her outfits. I was kind of really wanting to give her a headdress, like a head covering for her swimwear. I'm not sure why, I just thought that would make sense for her. I think I perceived her to be a bit more conservative for some reason, in just like the way she holds herself and the way that she dresses herself. I mean, at least that's the vibe I'm getting now, and from what I can remember of recording this. But I think we're essentially done with her, just going through her outfits. She does have like a braid for some outfits and her hair's out for others, and I don't think I changed her aspiration. I definitely changed her traits, at least I think I did, yes. I got rid of lazy. She's now chatty, which I just felt kind of blended better. I don't think I changed the rest of them, yes. So loyal, nosy, chatty, and a discerning dweller, and that's Maeve. And then we move on to George Boyd. George is the 7th child, 3rd son, and he died in 1314 due to SIDS. So this is what he would have looked like, and honestly he kind of reminds me a lot of Owen McIntyre. So, cousin? They're the same generation. I think it would have been funny. It's probably this hairstyle that's really doing it for me, because Owen has that hairstyle, and I just gave it to one of the Fairbairn kids who didn't make it in the first video of this series. But I don't know, he was really giving Owen McIntyre to me, and I do like that sim. but I think that's why I tried to change his hairstyle, and I was so picky, I do end up changing it towards the end of the video. Sue me, I'm just so horrible at styling male Sims, and the vibe for this outfit was that I had no clue what I wanted to put him in, like at all. I originally was going to put him in things that I deem a little too upper class for peasant, not even like sitting in upper class peasant, just like not the peasant at all, like they would not wear that. This, I would say yes, although like texture-wise it's maybe a bit modern, but you know, you let it slide. This one I do like, but I'm trying not to put my male Sims in the same clothes because they all start to look the same. Although I do think that makes sense for the medieval period. But then again, it's a game. You kind of win some, you lose some when you try to like make historical knowledge and facts work in a game such as The Sims. Anyway, this is the outfit he's wearing. It's a bog standard outfit. I really like it. I think I put his brothers in it. So I don't know, maybe that's just what the Boyds like to wear. His current traits, I'm pretty sure I might have changed them as well, are art lover, adventurous, and loyal. So he shares a trait with his older sister Maeve. And I'm pretty sure some of the other Boyds actually do have the loyal trait too. So maybe it's just like a familial trait for the Boyds. They're just a very, very loyal bunch. And I would say so, considering there were so many of them. And there still is so many of them. And the fact that they like banded together to bring Alison into the family, even though her and David had like woohooed and conceived a child outside of wedlock. Like they weren't even a thing. They weren't even like courting each other. So I think his family is very loyal. I would say yes, it's a familial trait. I'm not really going into detail about the clothes, but you can kind of see what I'm doing, and it's basic. I wouldn't say I'm the best at casts. I'm sure if you play UDC in The Sims 4 and you use CC and mods, you probably put your Sims in the same stuff because you just like the style and it just suits them. I think the colour I was going for was green, because the Boyds in my mind are green. I think here I am changing potentially his traits. Although I might have just told myself I don't mind them. His aspiration, if I didn't mention it, was best-selling author. And I might have liked that too. Yeah, clearly I had no issues. He is the youngest. It is Abigail Boyd. She's actually the last child, so she is the 10th and last child to Hendry and Katrina, and she died due to malnutrition in 1318, just as the Great Famine was coming to an end. So not too shocking, but it was a bit sad, especially because Hendry's sister Abigail had died in the Great Famine. And I had picked that name to kind of like honour her. That obviously did not go well because she didn't make it. She is very cute. I do love the redheads, and I'm glad that she also had red hair. I think Christian was the only one out of her siblings that had red hair besides her. No, and Fiona. So 3 of the Sims, 3 out of the 10 kids had red hair, and the rest all had brown. And I love red-haired Sims. I do tend to put them in green, as just seen there by me putting on Katrina's dress. Now she's not wearing Katrina's dress. I kind of thought she would be a bit rambunctious, just going from her aspiration, which I definitely changed because there was no way in hell I was doing Star Wars. She's mean, she's a horse lover, and she's erratic. I don't perceive her to be mean-spirited, but I did think, you know, purely just rambunctious. I just think she's having a grand old time. She's always gonna like pick on you and make fun of you as a sibling does, and maybe some people just can't stomach that, but that's her. She does very much remind me of her grandmother, Alba, so Hendry's mother, which I would say I guess Maeve kind of does too, now that I'm really thinking about it, but Abigail just kind of gives that off a bit more. If I can find a photo of Alba, I probably don't have one, I would hopefully have popped it up by now. Because I was leaning into this like rambunctious type of vibe, I guess you could argue maybe a little bit tomboy. I was giving her some outfits that had like 2 different versions. One where she's, I don't know, maybe Katrina had like forced her to dress a bit more to the social customs and norms, and then she would have an outfit where she would rebel a bit, was kind of my idea. This is the same dress, I think, that I put Ada in for her hot weather wear, and then this is obviously Katrina's dress, because how can you not? Her traits are definitely about to change. I think it might just be horse lover that I change, and then it's her aspiration, because I decided this time around I was going to lean into the traits they gave me, I did not want a lot of the Fairbairn Sims to be evil. I just couldn't see it. Mean, I can tolerate. Evil, for some reason, no. And I was just about to have an evil Sim in the last episode of the UDC, but he died. So no longer having an evil Sim. Maybe we'll have an opportunity for it. There she is. She is the Chief of Mischief for her aspiration. And then I'm just going through and showing you the outfits that you already saw me put on them in this episode, but apparently I thought maybe you hadn't seen it. So here you go. Close-up views of Maeve, and then we're doing George. Very basic. Very, very basic. I am changing his hair here because I, for some reason, just didn't like it. Like, it's a cute hairstyle. This one I don't mind. Yeah. You can see I'm being very indecisive there. Goodness. That hairstyle, I just don't like the high freaking forehead some of these hairstyles give on the Sims. And a lot of the alpha hairstyles I don't actually like on my Sims, so I might just get rid of them. Full stop. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I literally just showed you his outfit, so I don't know why I'm going through them again. God, why? Anyway, here's a close-up. He's a cutie. I like this hairstyle better. And then this is Miss Abigail. Here are all her different outfits, because I guess I did definitely have a favourite this day. She's cute. I like this outfit on her. I love this hairstyle. And that was her close-up. And I'm actually going to show you some of the other Sims that passed away as honourable mentions because I found them in my save files. So here we have Boyds. She was born in 1307, and I had really hoped she would be a redhead, hence the name, but whatever. And she actually passed away in 1317 due to the famine. Merida passed away at 10 years old, so we didn't really get to see much of her. I don't have anything in regards to her traits, unfortunately, because I just wasn't thinking of that when I was finding pictures of them, but I do think she is very gorgeous, and I'm so upset she passed away. What do you guys do with these Sims? Like, if you do keep them like I am, do you put them in a different save file and in like a medieval save file? Do you bring them back somehow? Do you put them in a modern save? Like, these Sims I'm attached to that I never even got to play, and I'm like, wow, they're gorgeous. Now I want to play with them, and I just don't know what to do. Because, like, I mean, look at her. It's also the first time I've found a way to use this outfit, so kudos to me. And then the next thing we have is Fiona. She is a bit older than Merida here for some reason, considering Fiona was born a year after in 1302 and passed away in 1310 at the age of 2 because she froze to death, and I do think it was winter at the start of the decade, so fitting. This is what she looks like. She does have the red hair that Fiona in Shrek has, and of course I had to give her a green dress. That's completely different to my penchant of putting red-haired Sims in green clothes. It was just like Fiona from Shrek had a green dress. She was an ogre. Of course I'm going to put her in green. So here she is. I think she's cute, but I don't know if she looks like the rest of the Boyds. I don't know, but I like this blush on her. I think it really suits her face shape, and that's as much as I'm going to go into it because I'll just never shut up. And the last honourable mention that we have is actually Robert Boyd. We actually did see him in the challenge because he was born in 1312 and then passed in 1324, so he was around for 12 years. And he'd made it to his teen stage, but he passed away due to being poisoned. Now, we've never figured out who it was, and the main reason for that is because I forgot to even consider doing a storyline for that, because I was too focused on his younger brother, David, who would roll a few years later to not get married but have babies, and so he was kind of my I'm going to cause trouble in this family Sim, and not who the hell poisoned Robert. I don't know. We could say maybe he had someone out to get him during the famine. Maybe he ate someone's food that was not intended for him and that's how he passed away. No clue. But here he is. He's very cute. I definitely changed his hairstyle, and I'm, as I mentioned, sad that he did not live. Here are some photos that I took of this lovely little trio, Maeve, George, and Abigail. I couldn't decide which one I would want for a thumbnail, so currently it is a surprise to you and me, but I just thought these photos were really cute, and I do like the one where she's got her elbow on his head, kind of like she's teasing him, and Maeve's just laughing her head off, because it's funny when you're teasing a sibling, you're not the one that's getting teased. If you know, you know. These are the children of the Boyd family, the second generation, who didn't make it. If you've followed along with the challenge, you do know the Sims who have made it. I'm really excited to have them in a different save file that I'm putting them in. So I guess my point earlier of what do you do with these Sims is a bit of a moot point, but I'm still curious. We won't see these Sims on the channel for a little while, and it's just like an alternate universe that they exist in, and it's like all the Sims from the generations, or at least from generations 1 to 2. That's a little something that I'm working on behind the scenes. Here are the 3 Boyds that are the main focus of this medieval makeover. The next episode will be about the McIntyres, and there was a handful of them that did not survive in the 2nd generation, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're liking this little series that I'm doing on the challenge. It's really just to fill in no UDC videos, because currently I am struggling to find the time to film and then edit it. At the moment, UDC videos are a bit random, which I do really apologize for, because I was doing so well there with the weekly uploads. I promise I'm working on the UDC videos, especially as the Black Plague is coming up, which I'm nervous for. If you've got any suggestions on how we should do those roles, I would love to hear them in the comments, because I don't know if we should do it as the Black Death starts and then like Sims pass away throughout the years that the Black Death's running for, or do we do it at the end to see who didn't make it? I don't know, like do we make it more storyline focused, or do we just care about the roles? Yeah, that's something I'm considering, so if you've got any suggestions, I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, now is the time for me to stop, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are watching in the world, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye!